Hi, this is Ilma Art Studios photograph for today. A beautiful church along the main street in Orangeville. Hi, check my website at ilmaarts.com for more artworks and photographs. Today I'd like to share 1 Corinthians 7 verses 13 to 14. It says, "And if a Christian woman has a husband who is not a believer, and he is willing to continue living with her, she must not leave him. For the Christian wife brings holiness to her marriage, and the Christian husband brings holiness to his marriage." Here's my poem. Christians bring holiness. Are you struggling with an unbeliever spouse? The believer sanctifies the marriage and the house. For a Christian wife brings holiness to her matrimony, and the Christian husband leads to have harmony. Unless the unbelieving spouse decides to leave, the Christian partner must continue to spiritually lead. God designed His own people to marry another disciple. Unequally yoked marriages is not God's plan for His people. I've lived many sinful years before I became a born-again Christian. Even when I thought that I believed many teachings of God, I didn't fully understand what He really expects from me, because I didn't study His word and His character. One of my strongholds is sexual promiscuity, which became my coping mechanism to fill the emptiness brought about by being in love. I chased worldly love because I didn't really know what love really meant. It led to many unequally yoked relationships in the past and until now. The Bible tells us that the Christian person brings holiness to the marriage, but the Bible also warns us not to marry an unbeliever. Prayer. Lord, guide all those who are in unequally yoked partnerships. Reflection. Why do you think God wants us to be with those who have the same beliefs we have? And there is an explanation that I saw, I heard online, how they explained why God wants people to be equally yoked in marriages. It's just like a yoke is something that you put on the ox to another ox. So if you to rake the field, and this is the olden times when there were no tractors yet, so it was the ox that rakes the field, and they put the plow on. So they have yokes. And if the yoke is not the same strength, if the two ox are not the same strength, one is weaker and the other one is stronger, the stronger is going to do all the plowing themselves. So he's gonna be easily burdened, and will have a hard time coping with the work because he's the only one working and the other one isn't. So that's a good comparison to marriages. If two people are believing two different things, they will not see things in the same light or in the same perspective. And in the Bible, it also says that God doesn't want us to have other gods. He's a very jealous God. He only wants His believers to believe in Him and not to be with another God or believe in another God. So when you are in an unequally yoked marriage, what happens is, like, your spouse, who is the unbeliever, does not know what you're doing and does not understand because he doesn't have the love that you have for the Lord. So in effect, when the man is supposed to be the leader of a family, the spiritual leader, in an unequally yoked marriage where the wife is the believer, it is very hard for the wife to actually follow something that is against her will and against God's will. But even then, in this verse, it says that if you're a Christian spouse who's married to an unbeliever, and if they have not decided to leave you, stay in the marriage, because that is sanctified, that is brought holy by the one who is the believer. So the question is, are the unbelieving spouse saved because of the believing spouse, not necessarily, but they are made sanctified or made holy because one person is loving the Lord. So that is how good God is to those who love Him. So I invite you, take a look at all your unequally yoked relationships, whether it be your other family members or a partner or a sister or a brother, whoever that you are actually having a relationship with. Be careful, because if you're walking in the Lord, your walk will be interrupted, because sometimes this unequally yoked relationships will draw you down. So have a blessed day, and I hope you check my website at ilmaarts.com for more artworks and photographs. Enjoy the day. It's a beautiful day here in Orangeville. Thanks for watching. I love you all.